Hey guys, today I'm gonna clean the throttle body and mass airflow sensor on my 2004 V6 engine Highlander. Unlock two locking clips on the engine air filter housing cover. In my case, one is missing here. Next, detach the mass airflow sensor wiring. In my case, the harness to hold the mass airflow wiring is broke, so previous owner just zip tied it, which I'll cut. This plastic fastener that holds the mass airflow sensor wiring is oval shaped like an egg. Therefore, you want to rotate it to the vertical position and then you can just pull it out. Later, when you go back to install it, insert it in a vertical position and then rotate it 90 degrees to the locking position. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor connector by pressing down on a locking tab here and just pull it out. In my case, the locking tab has broken off, so I'll just use a screwdriver in this gap here and then twist it to loosen it and pull it out. Without the locking tab, this connector could pop out at any time, and you can have mysterious rough running engine or even check engine light. Therefore, this connector should be replaced. You can find the tiny part number on the connector here, like this. I have a separate video on how to find Toyota and Lexus connector part numbers and how to just replace the connector while preserving the wiring harness. Next, remove two small Phillips head screws on the mass airflow sensor. It's easy to drop and lose these small screws, so don't lose them. Now lift out the mass airflow sensor, just straight up. Oh my goodness. Look at all that gunk buildup over the sensor. I've done many mass airflow sensor cleaning, and this is the dirtiest one I've seen so far. These sensors can be, close to $100, so be careful handling them. Because this car has bad oil leak, all that steam generated from leaking oil on hot engine, that caused the mass airflow sensor outer surface to collect a lot of dust. So I'm gonna clean that off first before I clean the sensor. Hey, I can finally see the Denso part number. I see 22204-21010. To do this cleaning, please use cleaners that are specifically made for mass airflow sensor and throttle body for both effectiveness and to avoid any damages, particularly for mass airflow sensor. I've used CSC brands MAF and TB cleaning sprays for many years now, and I'm quite happy with them. These small cans work better if you are working in a tight space, but bigger cans are definitely more economical. That said, you can get more than 5 cleaning even from the small can. Please wear a safety goggle and gloves, especially to avoid getting harsh chemicals splashed into eyes. Since the sensor is both fragile and sensitive, the objective here is not to scrape or brush off the dirt buildup, but rather to use spray's wetness to soak it and pressure to blow away the dirt buildup. Normally, this sensor is not that dirty and it's quick to clean, but this one has a lot of dirt buildup and took a lot of spraying to clean it. Although I spray the entire body, two areas that you really want to focus on is here and here. Normally, the side that sensor faces incoming air will be more dirty, but do clean the opposite side as well. This spray will air dry within 5 to 10 minutes, so I usually clean the MAF airflow sensor first and set it aside to dry while I clean the throttle body. Now let's go clean the throttle body. At this point, we want to move the air filter housing cover out of the way to create some room to access the throttle body. So first loosen the bolt on the intake air duct near where the mass airflow sensor came out of. And then wiggle a bit to pull the air filter housing out of the intake air duct, and then move the air filter cover to the side while leaving some hoses still attached. Now let's loosen the other bolt on the intake air duct near the throttle body. As for this hose attached to the air intake duct, you can just leave it attached. However, you'll need to pop out the AC line that runs over the air duct to create room to remove the air duct. Now pull out the air duct and just set it on top of the air filter box. Also note that I flipped over the air filter box cover with hoses still attached to get it out of the way. Now let's have a look inside the throttle body. Hmm, at least the front side doesn't look too bad. Based on how dirty the mass airflow sensor was, I was expecting throttle body plate to be very dirty. I always tape the long straw to the spray nozzle so that it doesn't shoot out with the force of the spray and get stuck inside the throttle body. If that happens, you may have to remove the throttle body to retrieve it. Haha. This was a tight place to mount the camera to free both hands. Therefore, I had to hold the camera with one hand and spray and clean with the other. So I apologize for not getting the best angle or focus during this cleaning part of the video. Cleaning is pretty simple. Just spray the throttle body cleaner onto the plate, especially around the plate edges, and then use a clean towel to wipe away any dark carbon buildup. I also spray some on the cleaning towel as well. Just in one cleaning, you can already see the improvement, but you need to repeat this several times to clean as much dark spots as possible. To effectively clean the round plate edges, you'll have to push in on the bottom side of the plate and then hold the plate down in open position from the top side. This is spring-loaded, so don't let go of the plate suddenly and let it slam shut at any time. What you want to do is hold on to the plate and guide it slowly to a soft closing to avoid any damages. Once you hold the plate down, you'll get better access to the backside, edges, and the surrounding wall to clean. The backside is usually more dirty because it's exposed to some combustion fumes. The front side wasn't too bad, but this backside is also the dirtiest throttle body I've seen so far. I'm demonstrating a simple cleaning method without removing the throttle body. So far it's much cleaner than before, but since I need to remove the throttle body, because I have a really bad oil leak on valve covers, I need to remove the throttle body to replace the platinum and valve cover gaskets. So while at it, I'll replace the spark plugs and plug rings and also the PCV valve. At that time, I'll do more thorough cleaning of the throttle body once it's removed. And that work will be my next video on Highlander. When it comes to throttle body cleaning, two common questions have come up. First is whether the electronically controlled motor throttle body plate should be manually moved or not. Second is whether the idle relearn is required or if it's even available. I've manually opened the electronic throttle body plate to clean it on more than a dozen different cars in the last 20 years. They were all Toyotas and Lexuses except for the 2010 Nissan Murano and 2008 Volkswagen Jetta. Now, this is mainly my experience on Toyota and Lexus electronic throttle body, so I can't really speak to other brands. Thus far, none of the cars that I cleaned by manually opening the throttle plate gave any problems. In fact, nearly in all cases, the engine ran just fine right after the cleaning. Only on a couple occasions, I had brief few seconds of slight rough idling, and I contribute that to too much spray residue making it to the combustion chamber and briefly throwing off air fuel mixture. The car's computer, the ECU, is constantly monitoring the airflow sensor, oxygen sensor, and throttle body position, and dynamically adjusting the air fuel mixture. Before I found some Toyota idle relearn steps, my favorite go-to Toyota master mechanic, the Car Care Nuts YouTube channel, mentions that Toyotas really have no formal idle relearn steps, and he recommends that you just drive the car normally after the throttle body cleaning.
A few things about throttle body cleanings and a few misconceptions about this. Every manufacturer will be different. We're strictly talking Toyota, Lexus, and Scion products in this video. Nissan is different, Honda is different. We're focused on Toyota. Just wanted to make sure you are aware of that. Toyota does not have a calibration process when you clean these, when you take them off, when you disconnect them. There is no such thing. There is no computer here. There is this black thing that you see. It's just like a little control board for the motor and sensors for the throttle position, and that's it. There's no computer here. This is all controlled by the engine computer. So, when you clean the throttle body, the only thing that's going to happen is initially your idle will be higher. You're going to drive the car until the computer makes its micro adjustments slowly over time, and it'll settle back down. That is normal. When you disconnect your battery and reconnect it, and all of a sudden the car is almost dying, and you clean the throttle body, you went back to the base, to when the car was new. So many of you will ask, well, should I just disconnect the battery every time? Wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't recommend it, because remember, there are other learned values that you don't want to lose. Now, somewhere around 2014-15, disconnecting the battery actually does not erase the learned memory anymore. That changed. You have to go through the scan tool. So your best bet after cleaning the throttle body is just drive the car The idle will be a little high, it'll be a little strange, but give it a few days, it'll settle, and life is good.
I learned so much from the Car Care Nut channel. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give me a like and consider subscribing. Next video will be to repair the heavy oil leak, and I just received all the parts from Rock Auto. And I'll be replacing the valve cover and platinum gaskets. While at it, I'll also replace the spark plugs, and if the piston tops have heavy carbon buildup, I'll be cleaning that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.